What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to my M2 competition. While I was researching for the new exhaust for this car, I kept asking myself, why the hell would BMW make the S55 engine sound the way it does? And now after I've ordered my exhaust and I'm waiting for it to arrive so I can fit it before the end of the year, I'd figured I'd do some research and see if the way the S55 engine sounds is engineered by BMW or is it a result of the setup that this engine has. So here's some stats about this engine so that we know what we're dealing with here. So the M2 Competition has an S55 engine, which is a twin turbo 3-liter inline 6 petrol engine that can produce 410 horsepower and 550 Newton meters of torque. And while in my eyes this is a great engine, it produces plenty of power and torque, I think the twin turbo setup is the main reason why this car sounds so unique. Now, the exhaust of a car is not just a pipe that comes from the engine, goes all the way to the back and then makes some noise. No, it's more complex than that, so please give me a couple of minutes so I can explain to you the basics. First off, you have the exhaust manifolds. Notice I'm using plural because this setup is a twin turbo setup, and that means there's one for each turbo, right? So the exhaust manifolds are connected to the engine and they basically receive all the burned gases from it. Those gases then go through a couple of downpipes fitted with catalytic converters all the way to the mid pipes, which are underneath the body of the car. And those mid pipes run all the way from over here somewhere to the back axle of the car. Unfortunately, in Europe, these mid pipes also house a couple of OPF filters and another catalytic converter. And finally, we have the rear muffler, which is this ugly part over here that also houses the tailpipes, which is the place where the exhaust gases finally exit the car. You want to hear how this sounds? Now, after a lot of online research that I did to try and figure out if this sound is engineered by BMW or if it's a result of the setup, I've come to the conclusion that it's the latter. It's a result of the twin turbo setup. Now I'm gonna try and explain it to you guys, but it's gonna be in very simple terms because A, I'm not very technical, and B, this is the only explanation that made sense to me, so I'm gonna tell it to you guys the same way I've heard it. So the downpipes of the S55 engines are of different length. One is 40 centimeters longer than the other. And that means that the two pipes going from the turbos to the back of this car are of different lengths. One is longer than the other by 40 centimeters, right? So basically this engine has two exhaust pulses coming out the back, but they are a bit out of sync because of the difference in length. And when the mid pipe combines these two sounds, it basically creates what you hear coming out of the back of an S55 powered car. I hope you guys understood what I'm trying to say. It's basically like you and one of your buddies show up, each of you in a 3-cylinder car, and then you have a rev battle, but you're not revving the engines at the same time, but with a slight delay between each other. But the question is, how can you actually fix this problem if you don't like the exhaust sound of an S55? Well, the solution is basically to equalize the lengths of the exhaust pipes. And as far as I know, but you can correct me if I'm wrong, there's only 2 companies that do that at the moment, and both of them offer quite different solutions. First off, we have the equal length mid pipe from Active Autowork, which is by far my favorite, and then we have the Miltech back box with equalized tailpipes. Have a listen to both of them. Unfortunately, as much as I wanted to fit an equal length Active Autowork mid-pipe to this car, living in Europe doesn't really allow me to do that if I still want to be able to drive the car in the future. And that's because if you want to replace the stock mid-pipes on European spec M2 competitions, you have to remove the OPF filters, and in some countries that's even a criminal offense. So I don't really want to go down that route, even though that mid-pipe sounds amazing. And unfortunately, it's pretty much the same deal with the Miltech back box. It's not approved for use in Europe, so there you go. If you live in Europe and you still want to legally drive your car here, there's no real solution to help you get rid of the typical S55 engine noise. But that's it for today's video, my friends. I really hope you got a better understanding as to why the S55 powered cars sound so unique. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and make sure you're subscribed for plenty more videos to come. And until next time, take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you around.